Hi guys, I am Crystal Sky and we're here with a kind of off-the-cuff video. I've been really into trying to learn how to use my watercolors lately. And not just trying, I feel like I'm really a lot more comfortable with them. And I want to tell you how I became more comfortable with them. And I feel like I can really work with these watercolors now, and I'm working with them a lot more. At first, watercolors were very intimidating for me. And I feel like other people might also be intimidated by them. And I wanted to show you how I got better, I feel like. Not just better, but I feel more comfortable and I can use them more. So I follow a girl called the Watercolor Misfit. Her link's in the description below. I love her videos and I just discovered her. And she did a couple videos on mixing charts for your watercolor palettes. Now, if you've seen my Artist Drove review, I showed you guys the Windsor & Newton watercolor mixing chart. So this is my Windsor & Newton palette. I love this little palette, but there's a lot of things that I don't like. I addressed that in my review if you want to check that out. The link's in the description below. And these are my paint colors. So I was having a lot of trouble. I like to draw people. And I was having trouble finding skin color, realistic hair colors, and generally different colors that didn't come from just the pans. I generally don't enjoy the Windsor & Newton colors straight from the pans, actually. And these, I know from the fact that I've seen so many reviews that these paints are great. So I couldn't figure out what was wrong. What am I doing wrong? So I found Watercolor Misfits mixing chart. So these are mixing charts from this palette. I have a lot of pages of these. This is, I took each color and I mixed it with a certain color. Now from here, when I first started off, I took the yellow, just straight out yellow, and then I took the orange, straight out orange. And what I would do is I would add just a little bit of orange each time to try and get a different color. And I would do that for every color. So here is just straight out orange, and then I added a little bit of yellow over time, so it would become this color. And I also did that with every color in the palette, and I also did watered down versions of that. So I would take just the blank yellow, and then I would add more water, and then I'd water it down completely so it was just a flat wash. This was so helpful for me. I'm really a lot more comfortable with my watercolors, with mixing, with finding colors now. I'm really comfortable with it now. So I have all the colors here. The Windsor & Newtons, the paints are amazing. You can mix just a little bit in and you can get all these colors. It's incredible. It blew my mind doing this, right? So like the red and the red-orange here, like look at all these different color variations. That's just amazing. This whole thing is just 2 colors, right? So I did that for every color. I have a lot. There's more. This is just something I did while I was waiting for this page to dry. So I did all this. And wait, there's more. That was just an idle drawing because I have all these. And I found this to be so helpful. So I did this with every color. Like I said, I did the straight out color from the pan. And then I added just a little bit of the color until I could add, when I added more color, it did nothing. So I added a ton of blue here, and I couldn't add any more blue unless it would turn right back into just blue because there was no more yellow. So that's what I did for every color. Like even the 2 greens had like a million variations. More. I don't think I hit every single color variation in this palette. I'm pretty sure I stopped before then because I didn't want to use all the pages in the sketchbook for just swatches. But this was really, really helpful. Extremely helpful. And that's the last of it. So this is the first landscape I did after I did this. And as you can see, there's a ton of different colors in here. Even though I'm not happy with the perspective, which is fine. I just wanted to add... Sorry guys, my card was full. I've been talking for like a good 5 minutes without you guys actually hearing me. So where I left off was I had to rewatch most of that video up to this point. Oh, the struggles of being a YouTuber. Anyway, I'm not happy with the perspective, obviously, but I really liked the fact that I found colors I didn't even know I could make with this palette. In this palette, there's only a dark brown. There's no gray or black or anything like that. So I didn't even know that this palette could make gray, and it did. I made gray clouds with a palette I didn't even know had gray. So I'm really proud of that. So let's go on to... I also finally made a skin color with this Windsor & Newton palette. I found a skin color I'm happy with. I had a lot of different skin color troubles with that palette. I couldn't find a skin color that I liked, and I finally did. So I'm pretty proud of that. Doing this also helped me realize the difference between cheaper watercolors and Windsor & Newton more expensive watercolors. This is from the Artist Drove palette. I did the review earlier in the week. I concluded that I really like this palette. Go check that video out. I concluded that I really like this palette, but the paints feel very cheap. Having worked with the Windsor & Newton and being able to produce so many colors from just the two basic colors, whereas with the Artist Drove paints, it didn't produce many different types of color. So I did the same exact thing here as I did for the Windsor & Newton. And you notice with the Windsor & Newton, I had to make two whole lines for just one color mix. And here I didn't. So this is like Peach Puff and I can't pronounce that, Artrovius? It's the first green in this palette here. It's this one. I can't say that word, which is fine. So this is Peach Puff and the first paint in this palette, and there was really only one that had a great variation. All the rest was just the regular color, and this really didn't produce much. So it really helped me to figure out between the cheap watercolors and the more expensive Artist Drove. It really, I feel much more comfortable with my watercolors. I did this Kimono Girl with the Windsor & Newton, and I even added shading and different types of variations to this, and I'm really, really proud of that. This flower, this is done in Copics. This flower was also done in watercolors, and I'm really proud of it. I layered flat, and then I added different types of veins in the color that the flower was. And I feel so much more comfortable. Like, I never would have done this in watercolors had I not done the swatches, because the colors turned out right. I have shading, I have like a texture on it. I'm really proud with the way these are turning out. And I feel like because I'm working with these different types of things and the different types of swatches that I'm getting better. So I have 10 more Artist Drove paint swatches here. Like I said, that, you know, there's not much variation. There was the first variation, and then it was just that color 3 times until it was just purple. So not much variation there. It was cheaper paint, and I could tell. Which was really surprising because I didn't think I could before. This was done with the Artist Drove paints, and I'm really proud of this. I have a skin color that I like, I have a dress color that I like, and a shading color that I like. I was also able to add extra shading underneath with the gray that they have in the palette. I did a flat wash with an actual texture of hair. It looks like hair texture. Let me zoom in on that because I'm really proud of it. Right? It looks like hair texture. I did a flat brown wash with a dark brown texture. The skin is also really shaded, and she has eye color and lip color, and really proud of that. Okay, and then this is a landscape I did in the Artist Drove paints. So even though they were cheaper paints and I could tell, I still felt like I was gaining experience from using them. So that's it. I just wanted to share with you guys the mixing that I found out about, and how it really helped me get comfortable with my watercolors, and how I'm finally starting to learn how to use them because I'm more comfortable with them. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to subscribe down below, I upload every Thursday night, Friday morning. I upload a Learning to Draw Weekly video. I show you all the progress that I've done drawing. If you want to look down on my channel, you can see where I started, how I started just in pencil and marker. And I have my whole little journey here laid out on my channel if you want to check that out. I also have a gaming channel. The link's in the description below. It's always in the description below. And I play Blizzard games over on there, so check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye!